really all this week so far, we've been talking to you guys about Veterans Day.
Yes, it's coming up.
Yeah, some upcoming maybe events in our area, and not just celebrating our veterans, but we've actually had veterans on the show talking about how we have to celebrate and honor everyone who's involved with those in the military.
Absolutely.
Some groups more overlooked than others in history. And to explain a little bit more about that, we are very honored to introduce you to Nancy Lynch, an author and a journalist. Nancy, you are so impressive. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We're very happy to have you. So your specialty, if you will, is women's role during the Vietnam War. Something, honestly, I know nothing about.
Nope.
But you know a lot about it.
I know a lot about it, yes, because I heard from real nurses during the war in my newspaper column, Nancy's Vietnam Mailbag, long time ago at the News Journal papers in Wilmington, Delaware. Our troops were already getting our paper as a public service. I received nearly 1,000 letters, totally dependent on mail from Vietnam.
Wow.
This was the troops' column and the nurses. It was for them to vent on anything from the war to the weather. We just wanted to hear from them at home, and it was an outlet for them, and obvious thing. And they just took to it, and didn't, even though most tours were just a year, they would tell their buddies about it, and we just rolled right on.
You went.
This is so cool. And you showed us some of these. I mean, these are the real letters, like she said, sent from Vietnam. Some are written on, like a doctor's prescription pad, and some are written on tie-dye paper. But as I know you got so many letters, is there any that just really stands out to you that when you think of this, you think, oh wow, that one really touched me, or made you sad or happy?
Well, 3 in particular, and all from guys, from troopers who subsequently were KIA in Vietnam. They had written, and most poignantly, a letter from a West Pointer, and of course he was gung-ho war because he was trained as an officer. His letter, he wrote to me on May 4th of 1968. He was shot down and killed May 5th of 1968. Ugh. We can't know it, but we think perhaps that was the last letter he ever wrote, and he chose to write to the people of Delaware.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It gives me goosebumps.
It gave me goosebumps
just to even think about it, And
wow.
A favorite is, I get a lot of questions, what are your favorite letters? What? Those 3 men gave everything, their lives, for us at home.
They did.
Wow.
So that was outstanding, and just I can't say enough about them.
That's incredible. And if you don't mind, I'm going to try to reach this book. I mean, this is a thick book, Nancy.
It is.
It's heavy, 4 pounds.
It's incredible.
All letters and pictures.
Yeah, so this is
4 pounds of history right there.
Yeah, this is unseen history. And if you don't mind kind of going into the women too, I know you call it real women during the Vietnam War.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that and maybe how they were overlooked during that time.
Definitely overlooked. Well, this all came about. The Real Women, Veterans of Vietnam, is my newest presentation with Delaware Humanities. I am a speaker with that statewide organization, and they underwrite my talks in Delaware. And it really came about because of my husband, who is an avid reader. He is a Vietnam-era veteran, Larry Steele, and he saw a review of The Women, Kristen Hanna's hit historical fiction novel about the Vietnam nurse Frankie McGrath, and very well written book. And he said, here, I think you really relate to this. Well, I picked up her book, I started reading. It's a page turner. Couldn't stop, and all of a sudden the light bulb went on, and it's like, wait a minute, I have real letters from real nurses and donut dollies in my book, Vietnam Mailbag.
That's right.
And I thought, so I pitched the idea to Delaware Humanities and had to go through the audition process, and they liked it. They were very, very pleased and supported me. So that's how that all came about. And I will debut my first talk in Delaware on The Real Women on Saturday, the 9th, at Millsboro Library at 2 o'clock.
Fantastic.
I mean, you guys have to go to this.
Yes, I mean, especially right ahead of Veterans Day.
Yes.
And the timing couldn't be better.
Exactly.
Wow, that's incredible. Is that something people can sign up for? Do they need to buy tickets for it? Do you know?
I believe there's a registration there, so I would encourage people to register with the library and just let them know you're coming. But
I would also encourage people to get your book book if possible,
Yes.
where can they find this? I mean, this is just incredible history.
Well, I do sell it at Browseabout in Rehoboth Beach, or people can contact me directly, and I'd be happy to autograph and personalize a book to them.
That would be
Sounds like a
great,
lovely
Nancy.
gift.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's Christmas coming up, you guys. I think this is really cool. If you have a history buff or just anyone from Delaware.
Just saying.
Really, yeah, exactly. Here you go, Leah. Just kidding. Nancy.
Primary source material.
Yes.
I am doing a book signing at Browseabout December 21st.
Oh,
Fantastic.
From 11 to 1.
awesome
So
time.
just had to say that.
Oh, I'm glad you
yes.
did. We love Browseabout. So, you guys, this is something you don't want to miss. This is really incredible. I wish we could show you all the letters she showed us, but you just have to see them for yourself. So, don't forget about that event November 9th at the Millsboro Library. Nancy, thank you so much for sharing this history with us.
My pleasure.
Happy to have you.
Coming up on CoastLife next, we are talking pizza, we're talking artwork, and giving back to the community. You're going to find out what I mean when we return.